Hi guys. Well, we're back at the old sawmill, but this kind of isn't a whole lot about sawmilling right now. I might be able to get into something a little bit later. This is about shooting myself in the foot. A lot of people tell me if I talk politics on YouTube, it's YouTube suicide. It's a smart person that told me that. Anyhow, I never been known to be smart and have a tendency to shoot myself in the foot my whole life, so I might as well get a large magazine and just keep shooting. Anyway, I watched the President Biden last night on TV doing his State of the Union, and I thought he did a really good job. I was pleased with how he handled himself. I'm pleased to my knowledge with everything he said. That doesn't make any difference with me. I'm glad he didn't stumble and stutter and have something. I think he did a good job, so we'll leave it there. Okay, but I think they should stop talking about his age and any politician's age. Okay, I think that's a moot point, a dead horse beating the ground, whatever you want to say. And the reason I'm saying this is my wife's dad lived to be, I think it was 98. And he was sharper upstairs than I am now. Okay, he remembered more stuff. He was a well-read man. He was a very smart man, and he kept it till he went into the grave. And like I said, he was 98. I think her aunt was 102 or 103, and she knew every relative's birth date. She was just sharp, you know. So I don't think the age has anything to do with it. I think you have to decide on another capacity rather than age. Age shouldn't play into it. That's my feelings on that. I think you should, basically I'm telling you who to vote for, but not who to tell you vote for. You vote for whoever you want, and I think that's who you should vote for. But I think you should look more at, okay, you had President Trump, he had 4 years, you could see his track record. You have President Biden, he's had a little over 3 years, you can see his track record. Now, if you were better off now than you were when Trump left office, okay, you should vote for Biden. That would make smart sense to me, but like I said, I've not always been smart. Okay, if you like his policies, you should vote for him. But you should not listen to the news to make your decision on what they're doing. I think both sides of that fence are playing the other guy, you know, just I think they're terrible. I don't think news is news anymore. It's not really worth watching. I don't care whether you go to the channels that like Trump or the channels that don't like Trump or vice versa with Biden. I think you have to do your research on if you hear something that you agree with or don't agree with, you should go research it and see if it's true. You should see if the politicians hold their promises. Okay, well, I can tell you I'm going to give you $1 million tomorrow. Will you vote for me? Okay, you got Trump was giving you tax rebates. He was buying your votes. President Biden was giving you an incentive check. Remember, everybody got an incentive check. Okay, I think the two presidents both had their arms tied behind their back to do maybe the job that they should want to do. Okay, you had President Trump. He seemed to be doing good, in my opinion, up until COVID hit, and then all heck broke loose, and everybody knows that. Then you got Biden. He had COVID the first part of his administration. So you got to maybe look at their past records and see how they're doing. Let's see. COVID versus that. I just said that. How basically is what I'm telling you to do is I think you should make a list. Like I finally make a list. I make more lists than you think, and write useless information down. And you should write, okay, maybe President Trump's name's down and maybe President Biden's name down, and write everything. Or maybe you should make a separate list. I'm getting all, you know, I'm pulling a senile moment. Anyhow, write your list of all the things that concern you. Okay, how the economy is, maybe how the border is being held, how maybe how the stock market's doing if you're into stocks, maybe how your rebates are doing on your rebates, how many your taxes are being spent. How the deficit is being worked on, how the Israel thing is going on, how the Ukraine thing is going on, and write all these down, and then see how are we better off now, or were we better off before? If you don't think we're as good off now in those situations, your important situations, in your important situations, maybe you're right, maybe you only have 5 that you're interested in, well, maybe you have 20. You should write them all down and look where you were 4 years ago or 8 years ago and how you progressed in those years, and do your research on it. And once you do all that, you should have no problem voting for whoever you want for president. Okay, it makes simple sense to me. Let's see, money backs and taxes versus, when you're getting the money back, the stimulus check from President Biden and the tax rebates from Trump, okay, aren't they just really buying your votes? Just saying, it seems to me. Student loans, okay, somebody says, I'm going to come in and give you all this money back on your student loans. I personally didn't care for that because my girls didn't get free student loans. And I don't think it should just be for students. I think it should for people that do hands-on work. Blue collar, I guess is what they call them. I don't know. I would have never gone to school, but why wouldn't I be entitled to the same thing to go learn a trade as somebody? Okay, you got that. Are they keeping their promises? Okay. What is the most important to you? Okay. And write it down. And then research, not paying attention to the news people, which one you like best. Which one are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Because it looks pretty confident that maybe Trump will be going against Mr. Biden again, President Biden, President Trump. Sorry about that. Don't mean to show him any disrespect. Either one of them. It doesn't matter. I don't think either one of them's getting shown any kind of respect for the opposite one. And I don't think either one of them ever, and including all the presidents, had ever gone into being the White House going, how can I make America worse? I just don't think that's really, they might have done it, but I don't think they went in with that intention. What else did I got? Okay, you shouldn't pay any attention. You shouldn't base your vote on anything a news station tells you without researching it first. And this should go for any politician you vote for. Okay, whether it's your governor, whether it's your senator, whether it's your whoever you vote for. Maybe your church leader for all that matters. Write down what they have control of, what you like they're doing, and what you don't like they're doing. And if you're better off in the way they're taking you down the road, then you should go that way. And if they're not, you maybe think about going a different way. So that's my little political shoot myself in the foot suicide. We got to get onto this log here because I know you guys didn't come to hear me jabber, and I probably, as I thought this out, I wrote it down the best I could, and I couldn't read my writing. I had to go over it before I got down there. I can't even get it in my pocket. Anyhow, and there was a lot of things I missed, but leave a comment down on below. I'd really like to have your input on it. Don't write more than about one paragraph because I probably won't get through it. I got a lot of political views, which, back in the back when I was in my 20s, I probably didn't give a darn about any of it. And probably whatever happens isn't going to make a bit of difference to me in my life at this point, other than I might have to go spend more at the gas pumps. But then they turn around and give you more Social Security money. Maybe inflation's a thing that you should put down there. I believe if you check, and correct me if I'm wrong, inflation numbers does not count on your gas, your petroleum products that you put into your car, or your groceries. So maybe that's not the number. I think that those are the two things that affect us the most, and I think those are the two things. You guys check and leave me a comment on that below. I don't think inflation takes in the gas and that. I'm not sure about that. I'm just asking you guys to go look for me so we make it clear. What else was I going to say? I don't know. I guess I better get to sawing wood. Anyhow, I got a poplar on the log. The reason I'm back here at this mill, and I came back here to start the video and didn't have half my stuff. I had to go up to the other mill and get the jack and roll this log. This log here is probably in the 2,000 pound range. It was more than I could handle. It's 23 by 22 that way. 23, I can't read that number. Something like that. Anyhow, I got it in what I consider a happy place. Now, you hear a lot of people say happy log, not happy log. I'm going to show you what a happy log is. Okay, if you're wondering, maybe you're not wondering, maybe you already know, happy log is where it wants to sit without being pushed or pulled around. See, it's happy. Okay, it's going to settle there. So I could theoretically send it through and the weight will hold it down. I don't think the saw, and if I don't bear down on it, it's going to be too much. Now I bring this in and see how it starts to roll. So now that's when I want to make it do what it doesn't want to do, but it's not going, it's still basically in a, not take that much to hold it. So I think that's a good thing. Oh, I did put a strap on here. I don't know if you're seeing me undo it or not. Just because when it rolled in, it's a little bit of a womp, womp, womp log. You can see it's longer one way than the other. I usually cut these off. I should, but I didn't. Got to go for a road trip here and put some more dogs in. I could start it up and roll it down, but I'm not. One gentleman asked what that number on the back wall was. I tried to answer him. It's what the saw blade will get through. Boy, that's hard there where there's no bark. You can't see me climbing around here. I guess you've seen that a few times. I'm not smart enough to move the camera there. Anyhow, you might have seen me a little bit. That number up there coincides with how deep the saw cut higher than the beds. That number up there on this particular mill is not correct because I switched saw blades. I went from I think it was a 50 to a 54. So now that number should be half that because you're only going from up here. So right now I should be doing a 23. So I can just about get through this log all the way. This one here is 22, so I should get through it, but there might be some areas, especially towards you get to the end of the log. Another thing I did, if you wanted to notice, see the knot up there at the top? That's on one of my flat sides, so that's kind of what's going on. So we're going to start this thing up, and I think I'll put it right here. It's early in the day because I want to go to Frederick this afternoon, and I got to be home by, they told me what time I'm supposed to be home, but I can tell you right now I'm not going to make it. It's 1 o'clock. I don't think you guys ever see me out here at the sawmill this early. This is like a, I don't know what. So we're going to start it up and put it right here. That wasn't too bad of a spot. I think I can get around. I'm going to saw. I don't know what I'm going to do. It depends on what I get into and what I see and what comes off of there. I'll probably cut the first one. I like cutting heavy slabs because then you got sawdust. Let's see what this is. This is 23, and then my taper is out. 24, so I should be able to cut 23. You can't see that. Sure wish somebody would get into filming. 23 is what this distance is here. It says 22, so 23 plus 1 is 24, so that's 24 inches out. So I should cut, I think 23, I don't know. Sometimes I get my numbers all screwed up. I'm going to go and touch off. I'm cutting, I think, 1-inch boards. Yeah, 1-inch boards. They seem to be moving pretty good. So, put your ears on, and we're going to go over there and start this beast. Oh, I got to get my famous hat. Forgot about that. I always forget about something. And they keep you guys waiting, don't I? I'm good at that. Time to clean these glasses. They're getting a little dirty. I got a tape measure someplace. There it is. Let's start the engine. It's already warmed up. I got to add a little oil to the... These are Babbitt bearings, and they're loose as a goose. And they leak. I filled it up with sawdust so it would not go through so quick, but didn't help much. All right, here we go. if you guys heard it or not, but when I engaged the alternator, you could hear the engine bog down a little bit. They take a lot more power than you think. I'm gonna put you here and try to stay behind the handle. A 6-inch face. Now what I mean by that, from the bark here to up here about where it hits, that's more than that, but see how, can you see how that goes in a little bit? That should give me about a 6-inch face all the way down. That's what I'm looking for. Better face than that. Looks pretty good though. I gotta get rid of that. If I didn't say. Now I should have a 1-inch. Shy of 1 inch. So I'm gonna move it back. I'm gonna put my safety thing in here. Now you can't go anywhere. I got to move this pin. I don't know if you're in there or not. I got to move this pin a hair. Then I'm gonna pull this a hair. That should be in the 1-inch board now, I hope. to go down. I like to go 180. I'll see how it does going 180. If it feels nice, I'll do it. If not, I'll put that flat down. So I'm gonna turn the noise off. Decided quite what I want to do with that. I guess I should make it go back a little bit further. I should have undone those two dogs. I got to go for a road trip. I'm gonna put you back here out of the way for a little bit. If you ask why I don't shut the Detroit down, here's another thing. This mill, I don't know if you can see me now. Maybe this mill throws dust, and the reason some of the reason it throws dust is because of all the baffles I got down there. See where the dust is piled up 4 foot right there? Okay, and I have a baffle right here to shoot all that dust down, but that sawdust hits that at such a high velocity that it just ricochets and goes everywhere. Okay? And then you can see over there where it ricochets in the back, that's 3 feet high now, probably back there. And I got to go in there. You can see where it goes down and comes up. I guess you don't have to worry about it, but I don't like it. And that's why I'm playing with that other sawmill some. I found a hose for 500 bucks I might order for it. Anyhow, let's see what we're going to do with this. I got to, oh, that's right, road trip. Old man forgot already. Take my nonsense off here. Now this movie isn't going to come up for a couple days because it is supposed to rain. And the reason I'm back here on this mill instead of the other mill is because it's supposed to start raining either tonight or early tomorrow. And it's the other mill is a lower spot. So it this is fairly workable here under your feet. Now I want to bring these out just for safety's sake. Pull in the taper attachment. Push up the dog. That's one thing when you got a round log, they roll. If you get them down on a flat, then they don't roll. I had to go get my bigger, doesn't want to go over hook. Let's see what we got here. Now see, this is the light side. But it is pretty, it doesn't want to, it wants to turn. I could do that. I might do that trick. See where we're at. Then I have to put the taper back out. Oh, Lordy. I'm going to try to go 180. feels like. Oh, Lordy. I heard a crash just then. I wonder what that was. I might put that jack under it and just jack it up there. Now, a lot of you people watch me say, oh, you need a log turner, you need this, you need that. I'm just one person. I haven't got hurt on that log yet. Of course, it might roll down on me and hurt me, but as far as moving it around, I'm all right so far. Now it might hurt me. Yeah, now it doesn't want to go up. Because this is the heavy side. I think well, let me see how the jack does with it. I want to get another safety thing in here. Oh, somebody wanted me to show them the head of that jack. I'm going to call this a good one on this video. I'm going to come back. I'm going to just try to, this has to go flat against the L's, knees, whatever you want to call them. Somebody wanted me to show a close-up of that wedge thing. All it is a piece of square tubing with an angle cut on it and a bolt hole draw through it. And I took the top piece off of it. And I'm going to turn this video off and come right back. It won't show on the same night, but putting that up at 180, and then it'll be an unhappy log though. But I think it'll be all right. Anyway, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a comment down below on the little bit of nonsense I said at the beginning. Think it's important nonsense. Help you decide who you should vote for, not who you want to vote for. It might not be the guy you want, but whatever's best for you should be the guy you want. Anyhow, thanks for stopping in. Bye-bye now.